Missouri State Highway Patrol says the woman shot by Kansas City police had a gun on her the entire time. KCPD officers shot and seriously injured her near East 6th and Prospect Friday night. She was a passenger in a car that matched the description of one involved in an armed carjacking in KCK. Troopers say she and the driver tried to run when officers confronted them.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about what you just saw and heard, which was the story from local Kansas City, Kansas, Missouri news talking about 26-year-old Leona Hill. Now, she was resisting arrest, ran from the police, had a weapon, and was suspected of being in the car that was involved in the carjacking or a car that was carjacked. I think the car was stolen, so I'm not sure if they carjacked that car or used that car to try and carjack somebody else. Regardless of what's going on, the police tried to arrest her. She resisted, produced a weapon, and then got shot 5 times. Now, she's okay. She didn't die. I think she was in critical, and now I believe it's stable. If I'm wrong about that, let me know in the comments below. But she is not dead. Now, what was the original story that came out? Oh, it was much different. And I saw this story from the beginning. A lot of you guys may be like, hey, ABL, why didn't you cover this? You're a little bit late. No, I'm right on time. I am right on time because right now is the time to cover it when all the information is out, when all the sensationalism from mainstream media and Black Lives Matter and these ambulance chasers, Benjamin Crump, Al Sharpton, Mr. Jackson, when all that is out the way, then you get down to the truth. And it's always like that. In stories like this, you're always going to see more than one narrative. Now, without getting too far into the weeds and, getting triggered over here, let's show the picture of Miss Leona Hill. Okay, this is her right here. Okay, there's a vehicle right there. And this is her right there with a firearm. Now, the original story was that she was pregnant and they just shot her 5 times. She was unarmed and she didn't do anything. But like I said, we know now that she was in the car that was involved in the carjacking. She is not pregnant. That's something else. She's not pregnant. I think what happened was a witness told the police that she said she was pregnant on the scene, and the media took the witness statement and ran with it like it was legitimate, but it wasn't. As you can see right here, I know you can't necessarily judge somebody based upon, how they look all the time, but if she was pregnant, which she's not pregnant, then you would see a little bit more right here. Maybe like if you could identify that she was pregnant, you understand what I'm saying? Like you could be in the early stages and not really show, but the narrative was that the officer shot her and the baby was about to come out right there. Her water broke. That was the general narrative, but obviously that's not the case by looking at her. And upon further examination, she was not pregnant. Matter of fact, I think the preacher man out there said she's not pregnant. You see this article right here. A woman shot by KC police, not pregnant, local reverend says, contradicting witness statement. Again, the witness statement went out to the media. Media ran with it, but it wasn't true. This is why people don't trust the mainstream media because they don't do due diligence. They don't talk to the family. They don't talk to anybody close to her and be like, hey, was she really pregnant or was that just a witness saying something that may not have been true? Was that just Miss Leona Hill saying something that wasn't true? It just run with stuff to make the story sensationalized. But let's get back to Miss Hill here. Now you see the weapon. Okay, I don't have to point it out for you. You saw it the whole time. As they said in the beginning, she had her gun the whole time. You see it right there in her hand. Okay, the gun's in her hand, and she has this kind of running stance, right? Her arms are swinging. One arm's in front, other one's in the back. She has her head turned. The arm that's in the back is pointing probably toward the police. And then you have one leg. We get both legs bent slightly, 1 foot back, and it's up. So that's like you're trying to run away. You're escaping. You're fleeing. Okay, you're in a hot car, something either that's stolen, involved in stealing something, or both. So you're just all the way wrong right here. You're just all the way wrong. You are involved in crime. Now, Miss Hill did get charged. Like I said, she got shot 5 times but didn't die. And after that, or probably at the same time, she's been charged with unlawful firearm possession, exhibiting the firearm, and resisting arrest. Now, let's go back here. Now, what's the main narrative right now all over the country? Hey, we need to do more background checks. That'll solve all the gun violence. Huh? Well, she's been charged with unlawful possession of a firearm. So how can you lawfully possess a firearm if you bought it legally, if you follow the law? This is what I'm talking about. Criminals don't follow laws. You wouldn't have passed gun control, they'll still have their guns. Gun control was already passed on her. I'm not really sure why she cannot have this gun. Maybe the gun was stolen as well and she didn't buy it legally. Maybe she's a felon already and had a record and cannot own the gun. I don't know what's going on. But regardless of what's happening, she has this weapon unlawfully. And the narrative about her being unarmed is just untrue. Now, you had all the Black Lives Matter, all the ambulance chasers, Benjamin Crump, all of them trying to circle the wagons, talking about this is too much. Kansas City, Kansas, you guys are out of control. Your police force needs to be investigated. All this, that, and the third. Defund the police. Hands up, don't shoot. This is Tamir Rice, Eric Garner, et cetera, so on and so forth. But meanwhile, you have a weapon. You're running from the police. You're resisting arrest. What's going to happen? If I pull up to your car is stolen, or it was involved in a crime, I'm trying to arrest you, or I'm just approaching your car, because sometimes it may not even be an arrest right away, but if you don't need to be there, if you're hot and you're about to get arrested, you're about to go to jail, you got warrants or whatever, what's going on with yourself. That if you're in the parking lot minding your business, here come the blue and whites, the blue and reds or whatever, you about to go to jail. So if you don't want to go to the penitentiary, you don't want to go to jail, you might just think, oh, you know what? I'm going to escape and I got my gun. I'm going to shoot it out. They ain't going to take me alive. Well, they did take you alive. I mean, luckily, by the grace of God, I don't know if it's just you got some type of new armor. If these hooligans out here got some kind of new armor to protect themselves, or if it was God on your side. I hope it was God looking out for you and trying to get another chance here, but you got shot 5 times and didn't die. I mean, that's pretty crazy. But they did take you alive. They sure did. Now you're going to the penitentiary. You're not coming home for quite a while, hopefully. Hopefully we don't have any kind of woke prosecutors in Kansas City, Kansas, that I just let her out and do whatever she wants to do. Because you know what happens with people like this when they commit acts of violence, when they commit crimes and there's no punishment, they go right back to it. What's the point in actually trying to do better? What's the point in actually trying to improve myself when there's no penalty for what I did from the beginning? I might as well just keep doing it. Why not? Why not? I'm going to just keep on doing what I've been doing since the jump. And that's going to be pretty much how it is. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to everybody who saw this story and did not jump to conclusions. As I know it can be difficult. When I first saw the story, I was like, wow, she was pregnant and they shot her 5 times. What happened? It was a shocking story. And that's what the media does, though. They get you in the shocking stories. So if you already believe that the police are evil, that they're hateful, that they just want to kill all black people, all this, that, and the third, you're going to buy right into it. You're going to eat it right on up. That fits your belief system. But then when the story gets proven wrong or proven inaccurate, as it, I don't want to say always does, but as it often does, then at a certain point, it's got to start to register. Like, hey, wait a minute. Is the media lying to me? Are they telling me things that aren't true? Are they trying to get me hyped up? Are they trying to get me to go down there and protest and throw my life away on the altar of Black Lives Matter so Patrice Cullors and their girlfriend can get yet another house and add it to the real estate portfolio, which is at what now, like 10 to 16 million US dollars? I mean, what are we really doing here? Let's focus on getting the facts first. I didn't report on this story right away. I did not have all the facts. Just like the whole Uvalde shooting. People are asking me, well, how you feel about the cops that didn't go in? I'm like, I need more information. I got a hunch, usually, when there's more information that I don't know, to make my decision, to give my opinion and to give it properly. In this case, I knew right away. There's more to the story. Why would you shoot this lady 5 times? There's got to be a reason. Oh, resisting arrest, unlawful gun, carjacking, et cetera, is that and the third. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what's going on here in Kansas City, Kansas? Do you think that it's justified by the police? Not justified? How do you feel about the initial story that got put out there talking about, oh, she was pregnant, shot 5 times, she died, unarmed. Whatever your thoughts on those things are, please let me know in the comments below. You guys should pretty know where I'm at. I think it's ridiculous when people keep putting out these fake stories over and over and over and over and over again, and there's never any accountability, never repercussions. You could just put out fake stuff and like, oh, sorry about that. We heard from somebody on the ground, some random person at the gas station, that she was pregnant. We didn't call the family. We didn't call the hospital. We didn't even call her to see if it was true. We just ran with it, and people got riled up as a result. But now we know it's not true. Oh, my bad. Shouldn't there be some kind of penalty more than my bad? And a lot of times they don't even do that. They may issue a retraction, but I'm reading articles right now. Newsweek has an article out right now, which is about 4:30 p.m. on Friday, June 3rd. There's an article right now from them that's been up, I think, since probably Wednesday that has not been updated. At least if it has been updated, it's not right there at the top. The update, the retraction should be right at the very top. It shouldn't be buried away so nobody can see it. You need to own up to your mistakes. When you make a mistake, say, hey, you know what? It's my fault. Let me fix that. But if you don't, then are you just being dishonest? Are you trying to get clicks and ratings and views? Are you trying to craft a narrative that does not exist? Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.